everybody, it's me, Tess with Tess Loves Yarn, and you guys, I am here today to give you a comparison between the Furls Streamline metal hooks and a knockoff version that my very, very dear friend Deborah Knotts, who is also a subscriber here, told me about on Friday. I was supposed to be cleaning my yarn room, and instead I was shopping for crochet hooks. So thank you, Deborah. And also just a little shout out to Deborah's sweet Jim. It is his birthday on Tuesday, so happy birthday, Jim, a few days in advance. I hope you have a marvelous day. So he takes very good care of Deborah, and we love that. So yeah. All right, getting into this video. I know that I promised you all the kitty cat coaster video, which, by the way, is coming next Sunday, May the 4th. The reason I'm not doing it today is I am making a mod for that pattern, which will make you a puppy dog coaster, because there are a lot of dog lovers out there, including me. So I wanted to do that modification, and that way I can show you both in case you want dogs instead of kitty cats. So that's the reason that video will be next Sunday and not right now. Also, a quick shout out to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you all so much. You know, I love my crochet friends. A special shout out to my private channel members. They are Kathy Hacker, Mary Dredgy, Betty Tordoff, Lois Harding, Flower Child 1965, Coneflower, Angela Hagedorn, and Nana Miller. I hope I did not forget anybody. These are my private channel members. They pay $1.99 for membership. It's basically like a buy me a coffee kind of thing, because it's not a lot of money, but I appreciate it tremendously and wanted to thank you personally for that. Okay, so now we're going to get into this video. I'm going to start out by talking about the price of these knockoff hooks. They are $59 on Amazon US, which makes them $6.55 per hook. The Furls hooks are $26 a piece. And if you get a coupon code, which Furls will give a coupon code and have like little sales every few months, then these become $22. I've never seen them offered for less than 15% off, but they do give that 15% off coupon code here and there. You just have to watch for it. So $22, I have never paid $26 for one of these hooks. I've only bought them when they were on the 15% discount. So I've always paid $22 for my hooks. All right, so just want to throw that out there. I also want to let you all know that I do have a Furls link that will give you $10 off of your order. If you so choose to use it, it will be down below. It will give you $10 off, and it will give me, I think, like some store credit to use for my next purchase, and that credit just kind of builds up. So anyway, that's that. This video, by the way, is not sponsored by Furls at all. They don't even know I'm doing this video. So it's not sponsored by this knockoff company either, which is Vartour. I don't know how you say that, but that's a thing, right? So the Furls hooks, if you bought 9 hooks at the 15% off, it would be $198 versus $59. Now that's quite a big difference. So I really hope I like these, because that means you all have options. And you know, who doesn't like options, right? We all like options. All right, so we're gonna open this up and get into it. And, whoa, okay, it opens sideways. Now, boy, those hooks are in there. this case gets a 5 out of 5 stars right off the bat. Yeah, the case is great. Now, my friend Deborah, when she told me about these knockoff hooks, she also told me that Temu has the hooks as well, but I looked at the Temu ones and they look very similar to these with the same kind of pointy ends and everything. Like visually they look the same, but the case is different. The one on Temu has a pink case, and US, I think the cost of those were like $80. So they're more expensive, but that could be because of the tariffs. I don't really know. So I'm just throwing that out there. I also want to say that when I looked at the description of these hooks on Amazon, it is almost verbatim the same as the description that Furls has on their website for their hooks. I thought that was very odd. You know, I'm not saying anything else, just throwing that out there because it's something I noticed. All right. So with these hooks, I'm going to pull out the red 5mm hook, and I'm going to pull out my red 5mm Furls hook. Now, looking at them side by side, they're pretty similar, right? The Furls has the US size on the front of the hook, which is the letter H, and it also has the mils, 5mm, in small letters down below. Now, the knockoff hook does not have the US size, it just has the mils, which is 5mm, which is fine, and it's in nice big letters, so that's a bonus. Now, just looking at the knockoff hook in itself, the finish visually is not as good as the Furls, because even though this is a polished hook, there are spots, like some spotty matte areas where it just seems like the polishing didn't go so well. There's also some scratches. I mean, it's noticeable, but that's not a deal breaker for me. I really noticed it like right in this area, that matty splotch. There you go. You can really see it. It's in the neck area right there where my nail is, like literally right here. Yeah. And there's a few places I notice on the hook where it has that same issue. You know, it is what it is. You're talking $6.55 versus $26 at full price, or $22 with a 15% discount with the Furls. Now, the other thing I notice is that this hook is longer than the Furls. It is at least a 1/2 inch longer. Your Furls hook is 6 3/4 inches long. The knockoff is 7 1/4. So I called that. It's almost exactly a 1/2 inch taller or longer, however you want to say. The other thing I noticed, the ends are a little different. The Furls hook tapers a little bit more to a rounded end, where this hook is fatter or chunkier at the end, and then it like suddenly tapers into like a point at the very end. So that's different. The other thing that is also different is that the actual hook, or the head of the crochet hook, is bigger on the knockoff, and it's actually almost twice as big. So I'm gonna see if you can see that if I place this up against this. Yeah, there you go. So you notice how that hook that is to my right is almost twice as big as the hook to my left. The hook to my left is the Furls. So the head is much bigger on the knockoff. Okay, so these are the things I noticed right away. Now I am going to crochet up a swatch very quickly here. I'm just using some acrylic yarn because acrylic yarn tends to be smoother than like animal fibers or natural fibers. They can be not as smooth, and I want something smooth that should just easily pull through here. Okay, so I've got a slip knot here, and now I'm just going to do some chains, and right away doing these chains, it just, okay, that just split my yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th chain, it split my yarn. Okay, I'm going to keep going, but what I noticed right away is there is a drag on this yarn. It doesn't come off the hook as easily as it does with my furls. My furls, they go so smooth right through the yarn, no matter what fiber I'm using. And this one has a definite drag. And you know what I mean by drag, right? It's just not going through the hook as smoothly. So let me crochet some double crochets here, and we'll see how that does compared to what I know with the furls. I use the furls every single day. It's my go-to hook, so I'm very familiar with how that works up my yarn. But yeah, let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, it snagged my yarn again. Let's keep going. You know what? I'm going to slow down. Maybe I'm going too fast. I do tend to be a very fast crocheter and a fast knitter because I do it every single day, and I've been doing it forever. So there you have that. So I'm slowing down, not oh gosh, just, do you see how it snagged my yarn again? Right there, you guys. You see that right there? Okay, I'm gonna have to pull this stitch off. Oh my gosh, and it snagged it again. Just it's like splitting my yarn or grabbing, snagging the outside fiber of my yarn. Do you see how it messed up my yarn right there? See that? Right there. Let me point with a, right there. My finger just covered it right there. You can tell the yarn was snagged up. Yeah. So so far, I don't know, you guys. I am not feeling this at all yet. And oh, it just did it again. Okay. Yeah. Gosh. Okay. Highly frustrating. You know what? Maybe this hook is a lemon hook. By that I mean maybe like it just it's a funky hook out of the set. Let's use a different hook. Let's use the 5.5 hook and see how this one does. Okay, still noticing the drag with the yarn. That has not changed. And oh gosh, really? Okay. It's doing it again. You guys, this is not a yarn issue. I use this yarn all the time. I've been using this yarn for years. It is the Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn in acrylic, 100% acrylic. This is not a yarn issue. I mean, some of you might be thinking, well, that's your yarn. It is not. I'm telling you, this is a hook issue. Okay. Oh, yeah. It just got my hook again. It just got my yarn again. Lordy, that's okay. So feeling this is super rough. right on the edges, right of like where the hook is right here. This is, the sides are super rough. I mean, I almost thought I cut myself. That's how like uneven and everything that is. That is, yeah. That is super, that's what's catching my yarn, I think. So this hook had it, the 5 mil had it. Let me see how the 4.5, oh, it's gonna be the same because I can feel it. Just feeling that with my finger like that. Let me see how this goes with the 4.5. Oh, yes, it just did it too. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. All right. Comparison over. If I had to use these hooks, I would be completely bald because I would be pulling my hair out, literally. And then I would have to buy a new window because the next thing I'd do is chuck these right through the window. So this is highly frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Okay, so in conclusion, I do not recommend these. I cannot recommend these because I would not use these. These are going back to Amazon tomorrow. They are not worth the $59 for the 9 hooks. They are extremely frustrating. I can't tell you. I think I just used it for what? A few minutes, and I'm so frustrated. So yeah, these are gone. Just gone. I can't use those. Now, my Furls hooks, like I said, I use my Furls hooks every day with this yarn. I never, ever, ever have that problem. I'm just going to use it right now, my Furls, to do some, yeah. Oh my gosh. You guys, the difference is night and day. Just going from that to this, just not having that drag, and then being able to just make your stitches without having the yarn get snagged or split. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, this just, you know, it just pulls through. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, the Furls, night and day difference. Night and day difference, you guys. All right. I think that says it all right there. So you guys, thank you so much for sticking with me to the end and watching this video. I hope this helps. I cannot recommend these. Do not buy these. I used 3 different hooks in this set. They all did the same thing. They have a very rough head, you know, very rough. Anyway, now that this is over with, you know what's next. Be kind and be safe out there in the world, no matter where you are. And I will see you next week for the kitty cat / puppy dog coaster tutorial. Thank you, everybody. Bye.